This is Cathy Engelbert's worst nightmare. It's her worst nightmare because so much of what people have said has come true about the interest of this league. It hinges on one person, whether they like it or not.
This might be the craziest moment in WNBA history, and because the league just collapsed. Live. On camera, only 150 fans in the arena. Sponsors walking out, players threatening to leave. Boycotts exploding for 2026. And when Adam Silver saw the empty seats, he stood up. He walked straight to the WNBA commissioner and he fired Cathy Engelbert on the spot. This is the moment the WNBA died and the moment a new exposed scandal began. Before we break down everything the league tried to hide, hit like, hit subscribe, because this story gets dark and it's only getting wilder. The Sky vs. Liberty game was supposed to be hype. It was supposed to show the growth of the WNBA. But instead, the camera pans across the arena and it looks like the apocalypse. Whole rows empty, entire sections dead.
Now we have to wait an entire offseason, and we don't even know what's gonna happen. There might be a lockout. There might not even be a 2026 season, guys. We might not see her until we don't know when we'll see Caitlin Clark play basketball again. That is what sucks. That is what sucks. It seems the owners and the players are far, far apart on an agreement as far as the new CBA, and we don't know when they'll make it back to the floor.
No crowd energy, no noise, nothing. You couldn't even hear echo because there weren't enough people to make sound. People online typed, "Is this a scrimmage? Where are the fans? This is embarrassing." And the worst part, the 150 people there weren't even all fans. A huge percentage were WNBA staff and employees, literally told to sit in seats so it wouldn't look completely dead on television. Adam Silver walks inside the arena. He looks around and stops moving. His face goes cold. No expression, just anger. That anger wasn't for the fans, it was for Cathy. This wasn't sudden, this was building for months. Fans were done watching. Caitlin Clark get hacked. Caitlin fouled with no whistle. Star players benched. The league's bias. Rigged narratives. Forced storylines. Broken officiating. Personal agendas. Players punished for golf, endorsements, and freedom.
As for what Engelbert is alleged to have said to Collier, if she actually suggested Caitlin Clark should be grateful for what she makes off the court, that's preposterous. Did you miss the Iowa years? Clark is the Tiger Woods tide that lifts all boats. And we know this show is proof. The highest rating we have ever had followed one of her games at Iowa. The WNBA has benefited from her presence more than the other way around, even though this year for Caitlin Clark was essentially lost to injury. But it's a league that's...
Then it got worse. Cathy warned Sophie and Lexi, threatened suspension, threatened fines, blocked outside playing, blocked opportunities, controlled movement, controlled exposure. And when Cathy threatened Caitlin Clark, that was the final explosion. Fans united and said, "Enough. If you can't protect the stars, we won't protect your league." That's how the boycott was born, not from hate, but from frustration, betrayal, and disrespect. Sponsors began to panic. They saw empty arenas. They saw fan outrage. They saw anger toward Cathy. They saw players unhappy. 3 major sponsors privately messaged, "We cannot continue supporting a league this toxic. The leadership is damaging the brand. Fans are boycotting because of you." When Adam Silver read those reports, he realized the WNBA wasn't struggling, it was bleeding out, and the entire wound was coming from Cathy Engelbert's decisions. Back to the arena. Adam Silver stands in front of the empty seats. He turns to Cathy, and in a voice that only people nearby could hear, he said, "This is humiliating. You lied to me. You lied to everyone. You said the league was growing. You said the fans were here. Where are they, Cathy?" Cathy tries to blame fans. Then she blames players. Then she blames media. Adam Silver cuts her off. You punished our stars. You benched the faces of the league. You manipulated storylines. You forced your agenda. And now sponsors are leaving because of you. Her face turns pale, but Adam isn't done. It's over. Pack your things. You're fired. Players heard the yelling and whispers started. Is Cathy gone? Did Adam really fire her? We warned the league. They never listened. One player said, she benched us like we were kids, not professionals. Another, she tried to silence every complaint we made. And the strongest comment, Caitlin Clark deserved protection. Instead, they used her. Word spread like wildfire. The entire arena knew before the fourth quarter ended. Cathy was done. The boycott won. The boycott wasn't just 200,000 people. It wasn't just a trend. It was a movement. Fans showed, if you disrespect the stars, we walk out. They walked out of arenas. They unsubscribed. They unfollowed pages. They stopped attending games. They refused to support a corrupt system. And it worked. WNBA arenas became empty. Games had no energy. Teams played in silence. Coverage dropped. Sponsors vanished. This was no longer a league. This was a warning. Cathy went from controlling the league, controlling players, benching stars, blocking golf opportunities, manipulating exposure to instantly losing the trust of players, losing the respect of fans, losing every major sponsor, losing the commissioner seat, losing everything. She tried to blame miscommunication. She tried to blame social media. She tried to blame pressure, but everyone knew the truth. Her agenda backfired. Her control collapsed, and her decisions destroyed the league. The league is now standing on a cliff. Players want freedom, respect, protection, fair calls, outside opportunities. Real marketing fans want honest officiating, no agendas, equal treatment, stars to shine, transparency, and Adam Silver wants check mark.
It is the fault of the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day. So I talked about it in a previous video how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television, and that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter.
A full rebuild, new leadership, new systems, new culture, because after this disaster, the WNBA is done with Cathy. Done with corruption. Done with disrespect, and done with silencing players. A new chapter is about to begin, but only because fans, sponsors, and players finally stood together and said, enough. This story is far from over. Adam Silver isn't finished. Players aren't finished. Fans aren't finished. And what happens next will change the WNBA forever. Not your ears. Like, subscribe, comment, Cathy is done if you want. Part 2. Because this fire has just started.